Oh, hi. I know what a real comedy fan wants. You want to talk to real comedians just like me. So call now, 646-710-0949, and talk to real comedians in your area just like me. I know what a real comedy fan wants. I know all of their desires. So pick up the phone right now and call a comedian.
The hottest takes from the hottest comedians every Wednesday night live from the green room of the Stand Comedy Club in New York City.
If you're 18 years or older, comics are standing by to talk to you. You want to talk about current events, music, news, sports, life, boys, girls, make sure to call the Bathhouse.
Real comedians, real comedy, real fun.
Call in to the Bathhouse every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. 646-710-0949. Local charges may apply. Call now, boys. Is that too gay?
I mean,
pretty gay.
Yeah. Mild flat tank, nigga. Let's turn up. Look. Hey, they don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah. They was trying to get me on my hype shit. Yeah. They don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah. And they tried to down me up some KO type shit. Yeah. They don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah. Now we pulling up fresh on some flight shit. Ha. They don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah. They don't wanna turn on my light switch. They don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah. They was trying to get me on my hype shit. Yeah. They don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah. Then they tried to down me up some KO type shit. Yeah. They don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah. Now we pulling up fresh on some flight shit. Ha. They don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah. They don't wanna turn on my light switch.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to an all-new episode of the Bathhouse Live every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. from the Stand Studio, sometimes the Comedy Club, but it's a New York Comedy Fest right now, and we're at the studio. Joining me today, we got returning guests, Mike Recine, Chris Scopo,
Hey, buddy,
the two Italians that were late.
Yep.
I don't know if that's an Italian thing. It's more of a Jewish black thing, actually. But
Yeah.
Is it?
I don't know if that's
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
My kid goes to karate. And
Yeah.
I feel it bad that I'm even making this observation. But every karate class, there's a black kid that comes in like 10 or 20 minutes late.
Yeah, that's called structural racism.
Yeah.
The system is set up to make
The
them
system
not...
is set up to make them late.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
And
That's a
is
good
there an
thing.
agent just cracking the boards too every time you're there?
Yes.
Yeah.
And for the first time joining us, Joey B Toonz, everybody.
What's up, guys?
How's it going? So, I don't know if you guys might remember, you don't know the deal, but basically people call into the show, you need advice, what you think about what's going on in the world, anything. You got stories, we have junkies that call in. We might hear from Heroin Chris.
I love the show.
Yeah, he's been battling a major heroin addiction.
Yeah,
Hopefully we'll
walked
hear
past
from
a
him.
few of them.
Yeah. So he lives in Texas, actually. But anyways, all you need to know is you can hang up on people for any reason.
The last time I was
That's
on,
good.
we had the guy that was going to do the insurrection if Trump lost.
So you were on that
and
episode.
I'm kind of glad he won
if,
for that reason.
if the guy from the Alabama militia is watching, we had this guy. Half the people basically is pretty divided, 50-50, whether or not this guy was real or not. But he's like, I'm part of this Southern militia, and if Trump loses the election, we are basically going to go install him as the president.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
No. This guy, honestly, he to the point where it was like, we're going to do this, and this. And I was like, this sounds pretty planned out already.
Like if
Yeah.
it was like a prank call, he knew
studied.
his shit.
Yeah, he studied.
But then obviously
I hope. Because January 6th, they kind of shit the
botched.
bed.
Yeah,
there
they
a
kind of
little bit.
botched it.
No
Yeah,
offense, guys.
Well, he was like,
I was rooting for
I
them.
think he had,
but
I think he had the
they
C
kinda-
team on that day, and this was the A team.
This was the A team.
Yeah.
But his whole thing is like, we're going up against the federal government. He literally said, we're going to paint the Capitol red.
Yeah.
Like when Trump won, I was like, I let out a little sigh of relief only for that specific reason.
'Cause I wasn't sure if he was fucking or not, and I don't think he was.
I was
and
concerned that if that happened,
Yeah.
in the slim possibility that happens, and
Yeah.
then I get a call from the FBI being like, so you knew about
Yeah,
this?
we're getting subpoenaed media.
Right.
We're getting subpoenaed on the Bathhouse?
He might get thrown out of the
wonder
country.
if the left's going to have a January 6th.
I don't
Can I say
think
something?
so.
No, I'm a little disappointed.
I feel like RuPaul would lead the charge of this one.
I'm a little disappointed in the left. No protest at all this
Nothing.
week. Nothing.
I think
I think they lost their
Well, that's
fastball.
because we're orderly.
yeah.
That's because we follow law and order. No, I don't know. No, but
The left lost their fastball a little bit.
Yeah,
They really.
those George Floyd times, those nice and orderly.
Well, there
The
is
left was
one
like an
thing-
NFL running back. He had 4 years of fucking solid offense, and then it's it. After they're done.
wait, were those George Floyd protests? Were they bad in your opinion?
I mean, all the looting and whatnot. And,
I guess.
I mean,
Well, here
I wouldn't
comes
call
fucking
that
Democrat Recine over
orderly.
here.
I mean,
No.
there's that meme, like mostly peaceful riots or
Yeah.
whatever.
There's a couple that got out of hand.
I've
Yeah.
been just trying
Were
to
you upset
avoid
by that?
parked cars. I've been staying away from because there's a lot of women with bull rings screaming in them. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like why do they always have the septum piercing? You notice that?
Yeah, that
is
is
that
a-
like a deer tag for the mentally ill, or
I think that's beautiful.
You like,
Like, I
you
mean-
like the septum piercings, Recine?
they got to track them?
They track them.
Right?
There's the air tag. It's the
Yeah,
iPod.
yeah.
That's
Apple
what I
tag.
thought.
So the phone lines are open, 1-888-949-2969. Johnny, can you put up the poll? I saw someone comment about the poll, so we'll put it up, whether we keep viewers being allowed to hang up on callers. But the phone lines are open. And yeah, just I guess we had a big election.
Imagine you're like walking around the street. You're struggling with a heroin addiction, and you go like, the podcast doesn't come out until Tuesday.
Well, I mean, I'm sure if Chris is watching, he's probably just been doing one of these, just kind of itching his neck, waiting for it to start because we started a little late. But
Okay.
he's
My
kind of
bad.
got it together. Like he's. I do like to hear from him. Some of the users, like the viewers, don't like calling because they don't like the glorification of junkies. I think some of our viewers just aren't huge fans of junkies.
Okay, but if the guy needs help,
And he seems like he's trying. It's very difficult. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
that's what's so funny about being like a podcaster. Like people write in, and they go like, because we're just sitting here and talking to each other. You know?
Yeah.
But then people will be like, I almost killed myself, but then I found your podcast.
Yeah, don't call in with that shit.
give
guys.
it some.
Just,
Well,
we're
that's what
not-
the hang up button's for. If you don't want to hear that fucking Debbie Downer shit, just hit that red button. Hello, first call of the night. Hello. Okay.
killed himself.
Oh,
Oh,
right when I heard him, then I hung up on him.
I think that was a girl too.
Might have been a girl. We don't get a lot of those on.
I know.
Not a lot of those
You
in the
hang up on
podcast
one of them
world.
and get upset. I mean, come on, it's one a
I
month.
did.
We maybe get one a month, something like that. We had the one on my other show. This girl Vonnie call in, and she was.
What's the number for the show?
It's 1-888-949-2969. I know a lot of you have all sorts of feelings about this election, so I imagine that. And look at us, 3.5 white guys here tonight.
Means me and Recine half each.
No, I was going to say no. I was going to say I'm the half.
What are you?
I'm Jewish. I mean, some people say
you're
I'm
white.
zero
You're
white.
white.
Guy.
Come on. Stop it.
Hey, you know what?
You're so white you control the weather.
Some people in the chat will disagree with you. I guess you guys used to be not white guys.
Yeah, we
though.
weren't.
Oh yeah,
you
you're
guys are-
3 Italians,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
There's 3
No,
Italians and a
Italians
Jew.
are
This
white.
is-
Yeah, well, they used to not be.
Yeah, they used to not be.
not.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't around for these times.
No,
They
you
used
weren't.
to-
Not
they
in
used-
any of our
they-
lifetimes.
Yeah,
Look,
Irish weren't considered white.
They
Hey,
used,
that's the
crazy.
people.
they used to hang us in the South. You know that?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
biggest
The
mass
largest
lynching.
largest mass
In,
lynching in America.
New Orleans,
It was
right?
in New
Yeah.
Orleans.
Right.
It was like, what, 6 Italian guys
Yeah.
killing a cop or
3
something?
named Vito,
yeah.
4 named Sal.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if this is callers here. Hello. I keep hearing these fucking.
Hello, how can I assist you today?
Okay.
You call 911.
What? Could you rephrase that?
Okay. I think it's a prank caller. I don't know.
Real
if this is-
mature,
I don't know if
guys.
this is the
Real
Joey-
mature.
I don't know if this is the Joey
Yeah,
B
be
Toonz
prepared.
fans.
Yeah.
Because we don't actually get a lot of prank callers on the show, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Like
I seem to attract the lunatics. Yeah.
I mean, you do make enemies out of a lot
Yeah,
of
they'll
them.
be calling in.
Do you have
They're
like
waiting.
do you have like a hate mail email that people can just kind of air their grievances with you at?
Yeah, it's in Pakistan.
That's a PO box
Yeah.
in Islamabad.
Yeah, I let them go travel over there.
That's cool. So you guys pumped about the results of the election?
It's not affecting my life.
No, that's kind of the way to go about it. I think. We're seeing.
Yeah, I mean it's so beyond our control. You know?
Yeah.
And what are you gonna do?
How about for the whole your pet cause? Do you think that's the Israel Palestine thing?
Yeah,
good,
you know,
bad,
probably bad.
probably bad.
Probably
Think bad?
Yeah, you think Trump's gonna be better?
I think it will be a little better.
Why?
I just think it will be a little more tamed.
You think?
I think so. Yeah. I think
That's
I think he's.
I mean, he made Mike Huckabee today the
I mean,
ambassador.
that wasn't.
It is
Yeah, that
real,
wasn't the
yeah.
best. yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's gonna be like, hey, end this in 3 months instead of just keeping this going.
Or else. All right.
So that's good. So you're saying that if they kill everybody there,
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Israelis too.
I
though.
wouldn't. Sure.
They'll get them all. Hello.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on tonight.
Israelis? What Israelis are you talking about?
All right. Well, this person seems to be calling from. I don't know what's going on actually because it keeps saying that there's missed calls, but then for some reason this specific person keeps.
You want me
getting
to
through.
call the show?
No,
Just
no,
do a
it
little-
works. We tested it before, and I have all these missed calls just for whatever reason. We have the question is who is bringing the trolls out tonight? I'm looking at you specifically.
Don't
The guy with the
assume.
kill 'em all hat.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I think it'll be. Are you guys? Do you think it'll be good for comedy?
No.
You think Trump's gonna be bad for comedy?
I think that'd be fun for a little bit. I'm joking about how the press conferences are back. Those are fun.
yeah.
They're fun press
Yeah,
conferences.
he's like our
Yeah.
national stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
we have as a president right now.
Well, that's the problem. Is everybody compares you to him?
Right.
Yeah. He's so funny.
He's pretty funny.
Oh, that's what your
I
issue with
think
him?
he's
Yeah, I don't
funny.
know.
Yeah.
He's funny. You can't admit he's not funny.
But like between 2017 and whatever it was 2020, like comedy was really bad.
Yeah.
And it was all like just
Yeah.
It was all just
Yeah, it might be good. I mean,
I don't know if is that coming back because we had white
I don't-
guys
it
had a
can't.
decent
I think it's gonna like I mean, I think all the whatever talk shows are all like fucked. All right, this seems like a real call probably. Hello,
ladies.
you're on the Bathhouse. I spilled water all over myself.
Hello.
Hello, who are we speaking with?
You're speaking with Ian.
Ian, how's it going, man?
Good. I'm just curious, what's your opinion on RFK banning on the seed oils and making you guys have to lose weight?
yeah, Trump's like, you're all fat.
Yeah.
RFK, deal with
I mean,
it.
RFK today was saying he's like, when you get on Trump's plane, it's literally like the choice is McDonald's or KFC. It's not good.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm actually kind of undecided on the whole seed oils
Can I
thing.
ask you a question? In Canada, how is the food there? Is it as bad here?
Yes, Sam.
Oh, it's the same?
Yes.
Okay. Because in Europe, it's
Isn't
a
it
lot
like
better.
British food? You guys are like a British colony?
No, there's no such thing as British food. First off, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Breakfast, like English breakfast, is like fish and chips. I guess is British food.
Yeah. I mean, we should give it
No
a
beans
shot,
on
right?
toast?
Getting rid of the seed oils, we can give it a shot.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, so I follow this guy. He was on our podcast, Dr. Mike Israetel. He's like this super jacked,
course you do.
roided out. Yeah, that is his last name. He's like this super jacked, fucking tiny Jewish dude. And but him and his
The Aaron Burr cosplay?
honestly, he kind of like but he's even way more jacked than Berg. Like he's like this guy is max roided out.
You gotta stop eating seed oil, buddy.
But he's like seed oils or whatever. Like he doesn't buy into it. But then I know RFK Juniors. I know a lot of people say they're bad. I don't know.
I think they're not great for us. And I think it's a lot cheaper. So the corporations are really going to take a hit. And I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I do like the no pharma ads on TV.
No farm.
Yeah.
But why do we need the government to like ban this stuff? Why don't we just choose better food options?
Because people
There's
are
no better
stupid.
food options.
Stupid.
First, there's no, everything is like in the seed oils.
Well,
Shit.
you can have olive oil.
Look
and
at
stuff.
Danny and tell him to choose better food.
Look at who? Me? I eat pretty well, actually.
Yeah.
I'm
okay,
actually not
never mind,
a big. I'm
sorry.
actually not
I
a
didn't
big
mean
oil
that.
guy.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, man. Can you forgive me about that?
Sure, Ian.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Sorry,
but I'm not a big oils
I'm
guy.
just really nervous. This is the first time I've been in the call-in thing.
Oh, okay.
No, you're
That's
doing
fine.
great.
Yeah, you're doing great, man. Don't who'd you vote for?
I voted for Trump.
And where do you live?
Yeah. I live in Utah.
Utah.
I turned 18 a couple months ago. This was the first time voting.
Nice. Did it feel good to exercise
Yeah.
your civic duties of voting?
Yeah, it was really good. I didn't know half the people. I just picked the Republicans.
I mean, that's a Utah thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fine. Did the Democrats ever do okay in Utah?
No.
Well, I think our governor right now is a pretend Republican. I think he's just a Democrat.
Are you a Mormon?
And yeah, I'm a little Christian boy.
Nice.
Yeah, are you wearing that weird underwear? What? What is that weird stuff you got going on over there? You have like
It's like underwear, but it's like just saying, so it's like instead of like Muslims wearing outside clothes to prove that they're like devout, it's just like a in the clothes thing.
What does it
Like
look
a,
like?
co- like a
Just like a
cod,
personal
like an
thing.
inside cod piece.
What does it look like?
It's just white clothes.
It's a diaper.
Yeah, you shit yourself, buddy.
Mormons have really bad like bowel control. We shit ourselves constantly.
That's all the soda.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had some Mormons
Yeah.
call in before. So you're like a practicing Mormon?
Yeah, I curse though. I'm kind of bad at that.
Oh,
I was just
I
in
do
the
know,
fact that you say you curse.
I was just in Utah doing the Comic-Con out there. I had an appearance out there, and I met a Mormon furry. Are you aware of the Mormon furries? Are you a furry?
Well, I wear a butt plug occasionally with the tail, but not really. I don't wear the full suit.
You are. I think I met you. Yeah. I shouldn't be talking to you right now.
Yeah, does this sound familiar to
It
you?
does. Yeah, I recognize your voice. You
For
peed
real?
on my booth.
Did you meet Joey?
No, I haven't been to a Comic-Con in like 4 years. It smells weird.
They smell weird. All right, I'm done with this guy. I've had enough of him. It was fine.
Off to a chaotic start today.
Yeah.
I'll be honest
Hey,
with
man,
you.
that's the thing with the bathhouse.
Hey,
you never know
you
what you're
never
going to
know.
get. Sometimes we have junkies. Sometimes we have people who,
Now, the
can't
junkie,
get laid.
how long has he been off heroin? Or every other week he
Every
relapse?
week he calls in. Like one time he called in and he was literally like he's called in multiple times while doing heroin. Like he's like in his
Is he
car.
a smoker or is he a needler?
He's a needle guy.
That's
And he
that's
was
the
like one
hardcore.
time he's like, I can't find a fucking lighter. He like literally couldn't find a lighter to cook his heroin.
The easiest part of heroin he can't do.
Hey, well, I don't know. They're not that organized. I think that's organization problems are a challenge for some heroin users. Hello.
Multiple times while doing heroin.
You're on the bathhouse. Please turn down your thing.
It's the same guy.
No. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good.
What'd you call in about? You're on the bathhouse.
I didn't know I was on live.
Yes, you are live, sir.
How many bong rips did you just do before you called in?
What's that?
How many bong rips are you on? 3, 4?
Oh, plenty.
There we
Plenty.
go. There we get to the root of it.
Plenty. More than enough. I don't know.
Okay. Danny, we got to set this flat earth thing.
Oh my
today.
God! Again
Okay.
with the fucking flat Earth. We got to talk about this every week. I had another guy. Oh, man,
No. I will be so quick.
I'm a globalist, so I still am not convinced. I think everybody's
I
like trying
know,
to.
but okay.
You're not going to convince me. I just don't.
Hey, buddy, have you seen that?
I know.
Have you seen that the thing online where a guy a flat earther proves his point that there's not a flat earth, the shooting of a bullet?
Well, there was one where they do like some laser test.
Yeah,
or something,
laser
the
test, that's
and
what
it's
it was.
supposed to go
You guys
through-
are arrogant.
Yeah.
Just listen to the man.
It's every
Listen
week.
to the man share his
All right,
theory.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I know. No, the one that me is the sun setting, where Flat Earth Dave shows the sun just disappearing into the atmosphere. It does not go below the horizon. That's the one that gets me.
I mean, I've seen 100 sunsets. What do you mean?
You know what gets me is why don't you guys pool your money together?
Yes, I know exactly.
And
what you
then
mean.
go up there and take a look.
Well, here's
and
the
let
problem.
us know what you see. How come you never do
here's,
that?
And so here's
Buy a
the
rocket.
here's
Yeah.
the answer to that. No, because their whole premise is that there's like an ice wall, and you.
And how do they know that?
Well, this is the premise of this.
there's
but
always
the thing
just
is,
a premise.
is there's like this treaty from the 50s that every country signed,
That is
where
true,
essentially
yeah.
you cannot, and it's a real thing. You can't go to Antarctica.
You only go
Like,
to
it's
one
like
part.
you can only go to this like one part of Antarctica. You can't go to Antarctica.
Can I
It's,
just
like,
say, I
illegal.
just watched the Y files on this.
Yeah.
And it's fucking pretty legit. It's so good, dude.
Oh, yeah?
It's dude. There's so much. They say there's a pyramid under the ices, under the huge ice that like
Yeah.
they think the Annunaki like still live there.
Uh-huh.
They say it doesn't. We don't know how far it is deep into the ice, but they said there is a pyramid there.
Yeah.
And it gives off like energy to the world. It's pretty intense.
Yeah, they don't
I'm
want,
into
they
it.
don't want you to know about it.
I mean, the world's not flat. I'm not a retarded like this guy, but you know, but it's definitely
but there might be
definitely a pyramid.
some
Yeah,
giants living.
yeah,
in-
because it was weird. They all just it was all like very. All the governments just happened to be like, yeah, okay, good, we're gonna agree on this. And when has
during
the world
Cold War, the Russians
when
and
has the world
Americans
ever agreed on anything?
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, yeah. And I think it was what the U.S. I don't think because people own part of it, and the U.S. didn't own part of it for a while. They do now, I think, but I think it was like England, Japan.
Yeah, it's
something
like
that.
everybody just agreed we're not going down there.
And they own certain parts of it or something like that.
Yeah, and so that's kind of part of the conspiracy is that's where, and there's all these like resources on the outside of it, and
Okay.
Yeah, you're only supposed to go. You can only get to one part of the Antarctica from a boat, and that's the only where there's normal people there. But then you can't go over fly over
there's like a
this.
certain part. Yeah,
Normal people, like there's like a target.
scientists.
yeah,
There's bodegas and stuff and all that shit. You know,
You get a chopped cheese on
Chopped
this part of the
cheese,
area.
Yeah, Antarctica chopped cheese. Yeah. So, anyways, so you're saying you believe in the flat Earth?
No, but if you haven't seen Flat Earth Dave's
He was
video
on my other show.
of the
Yeah.
sunset, but the video of the sunset, it hurts my brain.
This is hurting my brain. I can't talk about the flat Earth anymore.
But okay, because my thing is like,
No, we can talk about
what do
it
you
here.
do with the information? Like,
I think the premise is that it's the greatest lie
right?
ever told that we're living, and
But
then,
why?
But why?
Like, why do they lie to us about
Because one of the explanations is that there's all these very valuable resources there's like civilizations. There's all this stuff. It's very Truman Show.
There is they say there is a lush green atmosphere under the ice. They say.
Yeah, but there's
I don't
also
know
all
why-
these resources. They don't want to have people access to the resources.
Don't they
and-
lie to us as like a form of control?
They're like,
though?
there's
That
girlfriends
is-
under there.
Right? I mean, like if they could convince us that the world's round,
Right.
then they can control us. It's
Yes.
kind of like a
Yeah.
notch under their belt.
Kind of, yeah. That's
Right.
what it is. It's just like
Because
the
most
ultimate
people that
form of-
believe that just have a general distrust in anything that the government says
Yes.
or authority. It all ties together.
It's all
You know?
all comes to do with people's like just distrust in authority. Like I was talking to a guy last night actually, and he said like the flat Earth stuff really took off right around when Trump got in office, when he started calling all the news fake, which he was right about, and then just people stopped believing shit, and so then they just were like, well, what else are they lying to us about?
Birds.
And there's supposed to be a firmament or is it
Firmament, and then that's like in the
over
Bible
a
or
dome.
something.
It's kind of hilarious that Kyrie Irving's their god.
Yeah,
Really?
Kyrie Irving.
Because he went on a podcast like I believe in flat Earth.
Yeah.
Right,
Like a huge
right.
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, he's part of it. Hello.
Flat Earth, pro-Palestine. Perfect.
What else does this guy believe? Hello.
Yo,
Yeah, what's up?
what's up? I just wanted to comment on what Chris just said about the Annunaki and whatnot.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I have a confession to make, but I'll save that for after. So, I was just listening. This is producer Mark, by the way. I know you know that, Danny.
Yes.
But I was just listening to this podcast with this doctor, Dr. Heather Lynn, and she was talking about all sorts of things, but mainly why this whole Anunnaki subject is considered taboo. And the biggest reason is because, the evidence is overwhelming and archaeology has gone in a really different direction, right? But essentially what that term Anunnaki meant was like lords, okay? So it didn't mean like a different type of being, just meant like these were like the big dogs back then, right? So it'd be like if 1,000 years from now, people were talking about our time period and they're like, there was this group of people
Podcasters.
called the presidents and they ruled everything, right? So Anunnaki is a title, right?
Yeah.
And these beings were essentially the leftovers from whatever cataclysm happened that Graham Hancock and these other guys have pretty much proved that there was essentially
The Great
a
Flood.
series of cataclysms. Right. And these people who survived this, cataclysm from an advanced civilization went to the lesser advanced cultures who fared the cataclysm a little better than they did. and they brought all this information to them. And that's when religion and agriculture started, right? So people assume that agriculture is like this progress, right? Like we achieved agriculture. Actually, humans essentially were better off before we began planting annual crops. When we were relying on perennial crops, there's less work to do.
There's no seed oils.
Essentially, these lords came in. Well, yeah, that's down the line. There's no pesticides either. But when the Anunnaki came in, they're like, all right, you guys are going to, basically get all this knowledge from us. But really, it was a trick all along, and they just enslaved them. And the big secret theory is that the reason why they don't want you to know about the Anunnaki is because... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that. A little bit of an echo there. My bad. So yeah, the royal bloodlines and all these, elite families, not just European, but other, kingdoms.
Weren't they
around
tall
the world,
people too?
Essentially, yeah, the Nephilim is a part of the whole theory too.
Do you want to know a theory?
Do
they live under the ice in Antarctica?
Who's that black doctor that's on all the fucking podcasts?
Dr. Umar?
No.
I would love. I want
that guy's the best.
I want him to
I
get
love
him on
him.
here so bad.
But he's like, yeah, like I think it was someone was like, why are there 7-footers? He was like, oh, they're descendants of the Anunnaki.
Yeah.
They just like had sex with like humans.
Even Yao Ming.
So like Shaq is like Anunnaki.
What about Yao Ming?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, they're part of the Anunnaki.
So Yao Ming and Shaq are related?
They could kind of
but Yao Ming's parents like look like they own a dry cleaner.
Yeah.
They're not tall people.
I thought you were just talking about from like the neck up.
No, didn't they?
Aren't they?
Didn't the Chinese government mate Yao Ming's parents on purpose?
Did they?
I think that I heard that like they literally like they got two of the best athletes together.
Oh, really?
And they just like, you guys got to fuck and create a giant.
When I picture his parents, I just think of like two Chinese people.
Yeah, no. Like,
his parents are two Chinese people.
No, but two regular looking Chinese people.
No,
they all are regular looking Chinese
they like,
people.
Like the
mated those
people
two.
that own the Chinese restaurant. Imagine like Yao Ming's parents own a restaurant and you just see like a 7-foot tall kid doing his homework on one of the table.
Can barely fit in the thing.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing with Otani, by the way.
What's that?
Like
his wife's
the
like
Japanese
a basketball
government
player, right?
is like Japanese government definitely got those two together. They're like, let's put a fucking high level Japanese athlete with the greatest baseball player ever and see what the hell they can produce.
No, well, that'd be a fun little experiment. Do these things live under the ice in Antarctica, Mark?
That's definitely a possibility. There's a map called the Piri-Reis map that shows the coastline of Antarctica. It dates back to the 14th century. And, so the thought is that this map might actually be misdated and much older and showing a time period before Antarctica was covered in ice as it is today. But we all know, the Nazis went down there.
Isn't there a pyramid that they say gives off energy?
I'm usually pretty skeptical, but, there are pyramids on every continent, so why wouldn't there be pyramids under the ice in Antarctica? I mean, we're finding pyramids in the Amazon jungle. We're finding new pyramids in, places like Bosnia and Russia. And so...
Are there any pyramids in Canada?
I don't doubt it, but... what's interesting about Canada, there's this thing called the Canadian Shield.
Yeah.
The Canadian Shield?
Sure.
So in the Canadian Shield, which is like this huge, massive landmass, there's this like lake smack dab in almost the top center of it. I forget the name of the lake, but it looks like an eyeball, and it has like one lake in the center and then sort of like a ring lake going around it, and it's massive. It's so huge. But there's definitely thought that is somehow like a really ancient site that connects to exactly what we're talking about. Now that I'm jogging my memory, there is a Buddhist temple in Newfoundland, and that dates to much more recently in time. But the thought is that it's built on top of a much older pyramid. And the reason why they'll never tell you about this is because they don't want you to know that Chinese explorers... Well, they don't want you to know that Chinese explorers made it to the Atlantic Ocean and up into Canada before.
Yeah, because Columbus, the
Europeans
Italian,
did,
found this
but-
out, all right? Okay, you keep that to yourself, buddy. That's what the Italians have.
It's called Indigenous Peoples Day.
Wow.
Columbus Day's over, guys.
Here's the thing. Columbus was Portuguese, my friend. So
Well,
you
he's a
need
fucking
to go
Italian in
back
my
to
book,
He was
okay?
Jew. He was Jewish.
Hey, he's a fucking Italian in Middle Village, Queens, let me tell you.
He was literally.
Well,
they
that's the
just
thing.
came
A
out.
lot
He's
of
Jewish.
people-
He's Jewish?
That's what they just said. That was
Yeah.
like a
Well, a
month
lot
ago.
of people.
Another
in-
thing the Jews claim. Jesus
A lot of
Christ.
people-
What else are you going to take from
Can't
us?
let anybody have
Actually,
anything.
Columbus belongs to us.
He's our
Technically-
friend. How do you think he got over there? We
technically-
controlled the weather for him.
Technically, Catholics are basically Jewish.
Sorry,
Christians,
Mark, you've been
so-
hung up on.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Logan said hang up, and hang up we did. Any junkies who want to call
Can
in?
I say he had to get a lot of information, but his tone and his voice was not the most.
It wasn't
Attracting.
like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. But he had a lot of information. I was like, I kind of want to know more about this.
Yeah. Well, you can check out My Family Thinks I'm Crazy podcast. He hosts it. Hello.
Danny boy, it's Billy from Philly.
Billy from Philly. I feel like this might have some legs. What's up, dude?
How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Hey, I just want to, fabulous. I wanted to touch a bit on the seed oils.
Yeah.
Nice.
My sister's a chemist, and she explained to me about why the seed oils are so bad for you and what they do. If you ever look on the back, it usually says hydrogenated soybean oil or canola oil, whatever.
Yeah.
When they hydrogenate it, they put an extra, like a oil molecule is open so your body can bind to it and break it down and it dissolves. When they hydrogenate it, they stick it a hydrogen molecule and it closes that molecule off. So when it's inside your body can't break it down. That's where all your that plaque comes from, your high cholesterol, because your body can't get rid of these seed oils that are how they're processed to give them a super long shelf life. That's why
Right.
they can stay on the shelf for 10 years instead of,
Yeah,
breaking
because like
down
olive
real fast.
oil
And I don't
goes
think
bad,
people
right?
really
Like olive oil
realize
doesn't.
it.
There's nothing better than health advice for a guy from a Philly accent.
Because olive oil does go bad.
Oh, I
do
see.
they have like in Italy? Like, do people? You 3 Italians here? Like, do people have? Do you know like the
Italians in Italy, they're all skinnier.
Yeah,
I don't know, and they don't walk as much as we do. Like when I was over there, I lived there. I did study abroad there. Everyone was skinny. No
yeah.
one
I
was
know there's
fat.
something with the. There is something specifically with the wheat.
Yeah, no.
Like there are a lot of people who are like
the
who-
pasta is tastier, but also it's healthier for you.
Yeah, like the wheat people like can digest better
They eat
because
a lot of
we have
seafood.
GMO wheat. Yeah,
Yeah, but no, it's a lot of pasta over there. Like literally every meal's pasta.
it's the best.
It's so good. But like I remember when I lived there, I used to go to this place and just get pasta like 3-4 times a week. And it was
beautiful.
I mean, I wasn't working out as much.
Yeah.
Like, they gave
Although
me
we
like-
started talking about chemistry, and it's fucking this wop over here is going, I used to eat a lot of pasta.
A lot of pasta.
Hey, I
guy's
got
like-
Columbus and I got Italy in one fucking
This guy's like,
topic.
my sister's a chemist. Here's how the molecules break down.
Yeah.
And Chris
I feel like
like,
I'm in
you ever have
school.
rigatoni
Yeah,
in
you ever
Italy?
eat a nice carbonara?
I might fly there actually next month and get
the
some
reason why
pasta.
the mozzarella is so much better over there.
The
Yeah.
mozzarella.
I
Okay,
do want to hear more about this.
Yeah, let's hear about
I
this
mean,
the seed oil chemistry. So it's basically you're saying she's a chemist. It is bad for you.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, because your body can't break it down at all. It stays inside of you you can't like crap it out. It won't ever break down
What can
at a
we eat?
molecular level because it's a complete molecule.
What can we eat that doesn't have seed oil?
Calm. Our own.
Tons of, I think, no, olive oil.
Olive oil?
I go with avocado oil. or
Yeah,
butter.
I only use avocado oil and olive oil.
Can't that get rancid though?
Yeah,
Avocado
well,
oil.
but you know,
I guess
you-
everything can.
Yeah, you just throw it out. I
Use
guess.
it.
Yeah, just use it exactly.
Okay.
But
I mean, it's
avocado
like your
oil
milk.
has high smoke
Yep.
point, so like avocado, because like olive oil will start smoking at like I think 300 something degrees.
Yeah.
So you can use that. Yeah, I don't really use any sort of like canola oil or anything, but I guess when you eat out, it's in everything. I think that's the
Is
problem.
it cheaper to
Way cheaper.
wait? It's why.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's-
yeah. That's
yeah,
why
yeah,
the corporations use it. It's so much
Way,
cheaper.
They
way
say it's
cheaper.
like it's cheaper than water, right?
Probably. Like, I mean, yeah, because if you go buy a gallon of canola oil,
Well, you have
it's
to. I
probably
think you have
like,
to look at when we started getting fat. And it was probably, I say, in the late '70s, early '80s.
Yeah.
That the corporations were like, "Oh, let's just use this seed oil shit because it's cheaper." So they made a ton of money, and everyone else just got fucking fatter.
Yeah.
Look at back in the 70s.
But also
70s
convenience, right? Because you like if in the 70s, if you wanted a snack, you probably had to make it.
Okay.
Right? Like if you wanted a cookie, you had to make a cookie. Like,
Okay, so
like
it
it
wasn't
wasn't like you can't like just go out and just so it's more like the convenience is an element too, where like just everywhere sells Snickers bars, where it just wasn't as easy to get them at.
Nah, they
all
were
hours of the night.
everywhere. I grew up in the 70s, and there you can get snacks, man. We
But like
were
not at like
children of
12
all of
o'clock
that
kind
crap.
of thing. Like not the same convenience level, I would say.
No. Oh, that's true. Yeah. That's true.
You know, like you'd have to go in the afternoon or whatever. But anyways, that's one explanation that I've heard for why everybody's fatter is there's just more food everywhere.
And was there like fast food chains all the way back to like the 50s and 60s?
I mean, McDonald's
like
started
that?
in the 50s, but they were like drive-throughs. Like there was no like
Right, but
you couldn't get a burger at midnight.
Yeah.
Maybe in New York
I mean,
City.
you go down to the South. I mean, they're like every corner.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like where they get their food from.
I mean, dude,
So
people
it's
like
was
there's
it
like
always
they,
like
you know they
that?
say like food deserts in America
Yeah.
where like people's like grocery store is a Dollar General.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah,
like
my
the
aunt
main
lives in the
grocery store.
Poconos. She goes to Walmart. That's where they get everything.
Well, Walmart is actually, I believe, the biggest seller of organic.
But there's no like grocery stores like we have.
No, yeah. They don't have just like a no.
There's no groceries like we have where there's a cat walking around on the food.
Yeah, literally just giving everybody toxoplasmosa.
Yeah. You can get chicken tenders.
Yeah. All right, so seed oil's bad. So you don't eat any seed oils? What is all the noise you're
no.
making?
Is your pants on?
I'm pacing. I'm very. I'm just walking back and forth in a hallway. I actually needed a liver. I kind of got into the help. I needed a liver transplant because I was a crazy alcoholic, and I wound up not getting it. But I started eating organic and just changed. I lost 100 pounds, changed my whole diet, and saved my life. And I don't drink anymore. But that led me on to like, you know, seeing what's in the food. Like when they first made corn oil, they made it to fatten pigs. They had like a study, 100 pigs. They all died because of heart failure from corn oil. So then they decided, we'll just lessen the amount. We got all this corn. We'll make oil, give it to people.
Yeah.
That's why you have all these heart problems and shit.
You'd be surprised how much weight you could lose just cutting out sodas and beer and
Oh,
stuff
sodas
like that.
for sure.
Like the average person that's overweight, like I know a lot of people who have just like, I just stopped drinking soda and did nothing else.
Yeah.
And then the weight just drops.
I mean, if
man.
some people drink 2 liters of Coke a day, you're like,
I remember a
That's
guy lost like
insane.
20 pounds. He goes, I stopped eating sandwiches.
well, that's not sustainable. So how long were you an alcoholic for?
20 years. I was like a case and a fifth a day. I was about 300 pounds.
That's a real alcoholic, buddy.
And
you gave it a good run.
Oh, here's the good part. I was sober for 7 months. I started throwing up. I threw up 5 pints of blood. My body went in the 7 months after I stopped drinking. And then my doctor says, oh, you need a liver transplant, dude. You got 6 months to live. And I was sober for 7, and all my hair on my body fell out except my head. Like I woke up, I thought I had chest. I thought they did surgery. I had no everything.
You lost all the
hair on
pubes.
my body, my armpit hair.
Just after a
my
night of
pubes,
drinking.
my chest hair, my
You wake
armpit
up with
hair.
no hair, no pubes.
I think
your friends fucked with you on that one, buddy.
Yeah, I woke up with a dick drawn on my forehead. It's
Yeah.
just, all the signs. So
That's what happens when kidney failure happens.
you woke up one day and there was just hair everywhere, or was this a slow process?
It was 2 days later, and I woke up and I just looked down at my chest. I was in the hospital, so I guess they cleaned me up or whatever. I don't know what happened for 2 days. It happened. In fact, it was it was the day before Thanksgiving, and I spent Thanksgiving and the next day in the hospital.
Crazy.
That was in
And now you don't need
2014.
And now
10
you
years
don't.
ago.
You're clear on needing a liver, because that seems like one of the tougher organs to get in America.
It's tough, and they only last like 10 to 15 years. You'll need another one. You're on constant rejection pills because they don't last forever, man. None of those organs do, because it's a foreign body. Your body won't just accept it. It fights to get rid of it. You got to take all this medicine to keep that thing in there. It's kind of cool because they take, like, if you wanted to donate there's 2 parts to a liver. One's like the size of your open hand, and then one's the size of like a closed fist when they sit there. So they'll take that closed fist, that little portion off of you, stick it in me. You'll grow that portion of your liver back within a week. That portion, the small one, will grow into the size of a regular liver in me within a week.
What?
The liver is the most regenerative organ in your body.
It's the only regenerative organ.
It'll grow that big.
We're aliens.
No, your tongue.
That's
All
proof
your
we're
shit-
aliens.
If you,
Wow.
as long as you can get blood flow through it, you can rebuild anything in your body. Anything, your lungs, heart, you can do it. I'm proof. I did it. They gave me 6 months to live. But yeah, so getting a liver transplant isn't an end all be all. It's like you're still screwed up for a long ass time.
But so your liver just fixed itself. Your liver just fixed itself after all the blood.
It fixed it. After 4 years at Penn Medicine, because I was in Philly, I went to the best. It was one of the best liver hospitals. 4 years, they kept me sick. Within 6 months of doing my research, watching YouTube, eating natural herbs, taking all the shit that they were like, you don't need to take that. My numbers dropped in half within 6 months. The doctor said, what'd you do? I told them. They said, don't do that anymore. Keep taking the medicine. And I said, go F yourself, dude. And I got out of there, and I haven't been back.
Fuck
since.
big crazy.
So hospitals are just a scam.
They push pills. They push pills. They're big pharma. They pay them to get pills.
Dude, I was telling Danny before the show started, I had chronic insomnia. For 2 years, I had chronic insomnia, and I tried everything. I tried the pills, all the behavioral therapy, because I didn't know what the hell was going on. And then I tried this for 2 years. Nothing would work. And all the doctors are telling me to do all this stuff. And I said, you know what? One day, I'm like, why don't I look up testimonials of people that actually beat this? And I must have watched 51-hour videos of people back to back to back talking about, I was overthinking. I went to the doctors. He gave me the pills. None of it worked. And then I just gave up and I didn't care anymore. And I realized I was just thinking too much about sleep. So my point is that once I got in my head and said to myself, this is all a mental thing.
Noise is coming off.
Yeah,
what
are you scratching, dude? I'm telling a personal story here.
How
dare you?
Just hear ripping burps into them.
Yeah.
This guy in his head's calling you a fag right here. This guy's fucking can't sleep. Jesus. I grew a liver. This guy
he doesn't want to hear this right now.
Not up,
but
pal.
to your
body
point,
drove a liver and this guy's can't snooze.
To your point, though,
Yeah.
the doctors do a major disservice by pushing these
they all
pills.
push these fucking pills on you.
And here's just another example of that.
Now RFK's back in office. He's going to do some work. Who'd you vote for being in Philly? Come on.
I think it's a selection, not an election, so I don't vote.
There you go.
Me too.
American.
Yeah. I don't think it's the same. It's two wings of the same dirty pigeon.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The
You pick one,
uniparty.
flip a coin, it's all the same garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, glad to hear that you fixed your little liver situation. Yeah, I guess Hito was bad. All right, thanks, man. Hello. You're on the Bathhouse.
Hello.
Hello. Who are we speaking with?
My name's Dylan Farnum.
Dylan Farnum. What's up, man?
Hey, a couple weeks back, I told a story about how, like, I just had these weird coincidences when he had the gang stalking guy on.
Who is the gang stalking guy? You'll have to refresh my memory.
He had the actor guy on a couple weeks back.
Oh, yeah,
and then I told
that
the story about.
Yeah. Yeah, we had this guy, this actor on my other show, and I don't think that was he was just on Danny Jones's podcast, and the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I don't believe that guy. He basically said, like, during COVID, he started getting DMs from someone claiming, like, on Instagram, claiming to be, like, dissidents of the Chinese Communist Party, and then they're like, we need your help. And then he's just like, they weren't blackmailing him or anything. He just started helping them. I'm like, you're like committing treason for like nothing, basically.
Yeah.
So anyway.
What is gang stalking again?
I think the Chinese Communist Party moves in a better fashion.
Yeah.
Than DMing people Instagram.
Well, they were dissidents. They were like working against.
Yeah, I think if they're really going to try to recruit somebody, though, they're not going to go to Instagram messages.
Well, that's not what he says. But anyways, go ahead, Dylan.
I'm sorry, I thought I was on the hold guy. So when I called in, I told the story about like all these weird coincidences and kind of like on the topic of gang stalking and shit. This past week, it's been so fucking weird. There's been a person staking out my house at 4:30 in the morning. and I just had this weird inkling to look at my cameras this past Saturday, and there was a guy. I have like a really bright orange exotic car, so it grabs a lot of attention. And this Hispanic male like parked kitty corner to my by my neighbor's house, and walked over to my house and was like looking at it. So then I started looking at my cameras, and in the last couple days, the past week, around 4:30ish in the morning, he's been staking out my house, parking in front of it, looking at my car.
Think he just wants to steal it?
And then, dude, I don't know, because so I just thought maybe, okay, it could be delivery guy, like Amazon or something like that. You know, I'm trying to make whatever excuse I can. And then, so Saturday, I get the cops involved. I show them my camera footage, because I used to do security for like pretty wealthy celebrities and important people, so I'm really good at it. And I give them up the clips and stuff like that. They patrol Saturday and Sunday. I sit up on my porch with my AR and my thermal scope. I'm looking, and nothing shows up.
Yeah, American.
I bought another thermal scope this morning, $3,500, and a real quick trigger.
What are you gonna kill this guy?
It'd be hilarious if the guy's just like sitting there getting head.
He's just
trying to jack off.
Yeah, he's trying to get blown or
He's
something.
just a married guy with kids who wants to
This
jack
guy's
off.
thermal scope is gonna fucking take him out.
Maybe he just needs some peace and quiet.
Yeah.
So nothing happened Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nothing happened. Sorry, there's delay. So nothing happened Saturday and Sunday. The cops go around patrolling, and then this morning I'm like, I just might as well just look at what's going on. And then this morning he parked in front of the neighbor's house again around 4:30, and then two individuals got out of the car and walked around for 20 minutes in front of my neighbor. And like, I live in a really retirement area, so like it's nothing but old white folks. So this person stands out like a sore thumb, and they're walking around just meandering in front of my neighbor's house for 20 minutes. And then the neighbor wakes up, turns on the light, and they scatter and drive off. And then right after that, another car pulls into my driveway, then immediately pulls out, and then pulls into my neighbor's driveway and then pulls out. And so I wait for the sheriff that's been helping me, and he does like the late shift. So he gets on at 7. He comes over to my house, and I show him the new stuff. And they've got they might have a suspect, but it's just like, Jesus Christ.
Suspect
dude, I can't
for
get a
what
fucking
though?
break.
What's the crime?
Being Hispanic in that neighborhood.
He's possibly stalking this Hispanic woman, but like,
I think he's
there's no
casing the joints,
Hispanic-
by the way.
That's what he's doing.
I think he's casing the joints. I think he's just going in to see if the light goes on in the driveway, to see if he can pull in or something
the
like
fact
that.
that
He's saying this has been multiple times.
Yeah, so he's probably
Yeah, but-
going in there to go and see what's going on.
Sure, and nobody's confronted him, and then he runs away the moment a porch light comes on. How about shining that red light on your gun at him and see if he ever comes back?
Well, that is
after
how
that.
Hispanics fall in love. I mean, he's
They're
going away.
gonna be telling their grandkids this. You
Yeah, the light goes on mi amor.
Yeah,
waiting outside of her house for fucking 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
So
it's
you're
a old
getting the
Navy,
police
like,
involved
that
here,
white guy.
and they're just saying there's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
He's not committing a crime.
No, he's actually helping me, because last time I had this incident where like I had I'm trying to be fucking nice, like somebody that doesn't belong in my neighborhood.
Yeah, we know.
You know,
A Hispanic person.
I mean,
Well, guys, it could
no,
be
he
a
was a black
Jew.
guy.
Let the man talk.
what if the guy was a fucking high school linebacker and a family adopts him?
Sure.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, nobody in this neighborhood.
Does your
that night.
neighborhood have is there like like property crime going on? Is this like a known thing in your neighborhood where the neighborhood watch is like, hey?
No, we just got like a lot of old retired people in my neighborhood.
Easy targets.
Yeah, I think you're getting case for getting robbed.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah,
that's what I was telling you.
If they know it's an old community.
Yeah, that's probably prime.
There's a way to do it. You know,
don't fucking John Rambo sitting here.
Don't underestimate the power of just going up to the guy and, being nice and polite and just say, hey, I noticed you're hanging around here. Do you need help? Or
at 4:30 in the morning?
Sure. I mean, they ran when they saw a porch light on.
Yeah,
it sounds like you're heavily armed. So what do you really have to worry about?
I mean, somebody's got to stand their ground over there.
Did you ever hear the Bible, help thy neighbor?
I guess I'm just trying to, before I go American History X on this fella,
I just
wanted to make it out there in a public statement.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't really end very well for that guy in American History X.
Yeah, if you got a little brother, he's fucked.
I don't like books anyway, so.
Yeah, I'd hold off on the
Did this guy turn off the movie after he curb stomped?
Yeah.
He's like,
what a fantastic movie.
That's how you deal with your problems.
Goddamn, Edward Norton's getting an Oscar for this one.
I like a movie with a happy ending,
That's all I need to see.
And
turns it off.
Sorry, and one more thing.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Danny, I don't know if you remember my call last time, but I told you my aunt spoke to one of the 9/11 hijackers.
I might have been there for this. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah. Refresh my memory on this one?
It was a couple weeks back. Yeah, and so I asked her a little bit more about it because she came over this past weekend.
What was the context? Where did she speak to him?
So she used to work for the Farm Bureau down there in Homestead, Florida.
Okay.
And that's where they were like kind of down in Miami area.
Minnesota.
And so apparently he tried to get like financing for airplane down there, and she remembers like him not wanting to shake her hand because she was a woman, and she's like
this guy.
He's like, you surely can't be in charge because you're a woman. I wasn't gonna say that. I thought it was funny, but he wouldn't shake her hand, and then she's like, yeah, well, I am the boss, and she could have stopped 9/11, I guess, but she had to have an attitude.
With one handshake, she could have fucking took down the terrorists.
Yeah, well, women are stubborn.
Yeah.
Don't like being disrespected. So, but you talked to her about this more?
I told her, because we had a bunch going on this week, obviously, with this guy casing out my house. Like I said, I have a very bright orange exotic car that...
How exotic are we talking about here? What kind of car are we talking about?
It's a Jaguar F-Type, but I've got it up to like 700 horsepower and 700 torque and all-wheel drive. So it's like
your old neighbors must love you with that noise.
They do, actually.
I mean, this guy's like doing neighborhood watch with a fucking thermal
the noise
scope.
on the fucking Jaguar is probably a lot.
Yeah. What state are you in?
Yeah, they love me.
Are you in a stand your ground state?
Of course, fella. I'm a Florida man.
You're Florida. So
a guy with a thermal telescope's not hanging out in fucking Michigan.
I would say just bait that guy into coming in your house. At that point,
I live in Park Slope.
At that point, I would be setting up a trap for him to get in your house, and then just.
But do you guys know about the 9/11? The 9/11, the New York Comedy Club in Fairfield.
Yeah, dude. I did the Comedy Inn in Fairfield, Connecticut.
You know what that? Remember that? Did you ever do the Comedy Club in Fairfield?
The Comedy Inn. It's like the hotel or whatever.
For Emilio's gigs. Yeah.
Yeah, and
that's where the 9/11 guys stayed.
One of the 9/11 guys stayed the night before.
A couple of them, I think.
Or I think it was just I think it was just one. And then someone bought these guys bought the hotel. Totally renovated it, changed the name, and I did the show there. And they're like, "Can you send me like promo videos?" And then one of the promo videos was like, "This is where the 9/11." And they're just like, they were like, one thing, just please do not reference this.
Yeah, they don't want to.
Look, I'm trying to feed my family here. Okay, yes, the 9/11.
Yeah, we are trying to distance ourselves from.
When you bring it up on stage, they don't like it that much.
No. No, the owners really hate it. They're like,
"It's
the one thing."
There's steam coming out of there.
They're like, "Just please do not bring up this. This was."
It's kind of
like, what? I tell the truth. I'm a comic.
I'm a truth teller.
But that's where I went to college in Fairfield. That's like a 3-hour drive to Boston.
Yeah,
that's not close. So it's still like they stayed that far away
from Boston.
They flew out of Boston.
Oh, they flew out of Boston. Right. Yeah, that's a good point.
Hey, by the way,
go ahead, Dolan.
do you remember me mentioning also that I was like, I found this fucking odd community of people that basically gang stalk Owen Benjamin for like hours a day?
I don't remember this. No, I don't remember anything about gang stalking Owen Benjamin.
Okay. So I was watching Tower Gang maybe about a month or so ago, and it just happened to coincide when you did the gang stalking episode.
Yeah.
What's gang stalking?
These guys.
Yeah. What is exactly the definition? Gang
It's like-
stalking was like. I mean, I guess it was in relation to this guy who was just getting all these messages from the CCP dissidents. I guess.
It's just people just like.
Yeah.
Is it online or like is
Online.
it like online? Okay.
It's online harassment
Online
or just
harassment.
like following people. It's like it. So, but anyways, like the chat started getting spammed by these people in the Tower Gang episode because they had Owen Benjamin on, and they were accusing him of being a pedophile, all this other shit. And I was like, I'm just gonna find out what this fucking shit is about. And so I go into their little group, and on their streams, dude, they literally do 4 to 8 hours a day going through every single bit of Owen Benjamin's like life, every live stream, every single thing he fucking does, and like documenting it and just like harassing him nonstop.
Pussies.
Like I got involved just because I started like documenting it on my channel.
Okay, I guess he didn't say it.
You
but
notice
someone hung up.
You
on him.
notice those guys that do the stalking, like the online stuff. Like they never look like The Rock or anything. You know what I mean?
No,
it's like
no,
it's
no,
always
no.
the same profile
No.
of a person.
Yeah.
Just low
I assume Sean wanted that
testosterone.
as a hang up. But thank you,
Hello?
Dylan. Hello.
Hey, what's up? Y'all talking about food?
Sure.
Milk?
Milk?
Don't mention milk. Yeah, nah, I'm sorry about the food. Yeah, hey, Scopo, if you go back to Gas Digital and convince them to change it back to rap.
Yeah,
They gave it this
I'll get
new
right on it, buddy.
name. Yeah.
Who gives a shit, really?
I couldn't care less.
Yeah, I mean, you party all day, bro. So we were talking about the food. Dude, Danny, I'll say it again like I said last night. I want fat concentration camps.
Okay.
And I want to follow up on that. I want armed paramilitary units that go to farms and replace all of the chemicals with normal stuff.
What if you replaced all
gonna
the
pay for
Mexican
that,
laborers with the fat people, and that would kind of solve both problems?
It's not bad. You get a little exercise.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah, you could put the Mexicans in a camp and they'll have a great time. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're very community-based people.
Yeah. They'll start having little fiestas. To you a good time.
Yeah.
What is it? For instance, normal milk provides better hydration than Gatorade.
Right.
Like when you say normal milk, you mean like
I love how
raw
there's been
milk?
11 calls from the exact same guy.
No, it's the exact same version. It's it's multiple versions of the same guy.
Yo, Danny, we gotta stop eating candy. We gotta stop eating gummy bears because they're trying to turn your kids gay. It's like I can't.
The gummy
figure
bears
out-
are trying to turn your kids.
Yeah, but I can't figure out everybody's
Well, I
accent.
mean, red dye. What is it?
Sure.
Red dye and yellow 40 and all that stuff.
I've heard that, yeah.
actually causes misbehavior, and then they get us. And they
What did you just
"Oh, your
say?
kid's
What word was that?
misbehaving."
Did you say misbehavior?
Yeah, what have you
Ben,
been
I've been
eating that
drinking.
makes you
What is
sound
it?
like this?
You autistic?
Dude, I eat healthy.
How do you
What
find
is
all
it?
these
I
like
eat healthy
Republican
and I
wiggers?
exercise daily.
That's like your audience, I guess.
Bro,
Just right wing
That's my audience.
wiggers.
This is my audience is mostly
They're all from
Republican
the
wiggers.
south. But Republican wiggers.
Yeah.
what is it? What is it? But for real, what is it? I eat healthy and I exercise daily,
Yeah.
but I do consume alcohol and I do consume
Dude, you
tobacco.
literally mostly call him smashed.
Yeah,
To
he's
these
smashed
shows.
right now.
Yeah, but I work out daily. Like I
Yeah.
put in a minimum.
How old are you?
60
How old are you?
minutes in the gym?
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Nice.
That's gonna slow down soon, bud.
Yeah.
You better stop getting smashed nightly.
Yeah, it's gonna catch up to you. It's gonna undo all the
I mean,
healthy shit you're doing.
I don't know. I'm healthier than I've ever been.
I mean, ask, what is it? There's that comedian, what's his name? Albert. He's like from Florida. Kreischer, yeah, Albert Kreischer, you know.
Albert Kreischer.
Yeah, would you say to him?
Yes.
Well, Chris would, and he wants a
I would
spot on the tour.
I would too.
That'd be very nice
He
to
is a
him.
fat fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, so what's up with the Diddy party? You in the clear, bro? I hope you're in the clear.
Who's that directed at?
Yeah, he was invited, but always turned it down.
Scopo.
Yeah, I'm in the clear, bud. But,
Oh yeah, that was. Didn't you say that on here that you were like invited to a Diddy party?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And you went?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
What time
Don't
did
look
you
at
leave?
me.
I left at
Beyonce, Barack
1:45.
Obama, Jay-Z, Chris
1:40
Scopo.
1:45 and then 2 o'clock.
Dude,
was the
that'd be
devil.
amazing if a Diddy list comes out and it's just
If
like
I was on the
Will
list-
Smith, Chris Scopo.
Yeah,
And
dude,
you're
I
like,
would-
no, I didn't do
That'd be
anything.
the biggest pop of my career. What are you talking about? You might have seen him on the list of the
what
Diddy
is the
party.
Diddy
list comes out and you're like, please be on there. Please
Oh, I'm
be
like
on
fucking
there.
hanging out. I mean, I'm pretty sure my
what
ex's
is it-
father was
what
on,
is-
went to one of those parties. I told you my
Yeah,
ex's
yeah,
father.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm
what
is
pretty
it-
sure
what
he
is
went to
it?
one.
Montel Williams.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask. I'm not really interested in asking who was there or what happened. Can you at least say what did it smell like while you were leaving?
Smelled like fun.
Smelled like a fun
And who
time.
invited you?
Yeah.
Who invited you?
I didn't go to a Diddy party.
Oh, you okay?
I was just fucking around here. Yeah.
Oh, you were just fucking around.
Yeah, I think I'm going to a Diddy party.
I don't know.
You think I'm
Maybe.
that cool?
You-
Well, maybe you just, sometimes people get dragged to a
Hey,
Diddy
I'm
party.
trying to be polite. I'm not trying to be intruding or like.
No, but I think
fuck up
my
anybody's
ex's father
business.
definitely went to get it. He was popping back in the day.
Yeah, he
in
was
the 90s.
Montel Williams.
Pop about back in the day.
Right. I always confuse them with Montel Jordan.
Who? Did he?
No, Montel Williams.
Oh.
He was
Oh,
dating
Montel.
Montel Williams' daughter.
Oh.
So and I guess Montel went to the Diddy party.
I'm sure he did. Yeah, I think he was popping. Like he used to go out to. She said they go to California and they would fucking stay at the Chateau Marmont for
Oh, yeah.
like a couple days, and they would. She said she used to hang out with fucking the highest celebrities at the fucking Chateau Marmont bar.
All right. Diddy parties.
You know what is it? Across from the Chateau Marmont is the rehab. That's like $30,000 a month. The one that like Hunter Biden was at.
Yeah, you should get
That's
a fucking
another
refund.
reason that whole place is popping.
Yeah. All right.
It's kind of funny that the best bar, that's hotel bar, is right across the street from the fucking.
From the most expensive rehab?
Yeah. You just
Yeah.
you hop out of rehab, and go, let's go to the Chateau.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you can afford it, you can afford them both. All right. Thanks, Lav.
Yo, Deanie, we got to make the morning after pill illegal, bro. Yo, that's been fucked up the way women be killing them babies.
Abortion's wrong, dog.
Abortion's murder, homie.
Hello.
Hey, Danny, it's Sean from Pittsburgh.
Sean from Pittsburgh. Not a wigger.
I don't know.
Sean, are you a wigger? I don't think so.
No, far from it, bud.
No.
Nice.
Sean sent me a photo, by the way, this week of he has a crackhead neighbor, and she keeps totaling her car.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, I saw a photo of the car. Pretty fucked
Well,
up.
Danny, so
Pretty fucked up car.
show them the picture. Show them the picture of the car. I'm calling in because I just wanted to give you an update. You asked the last time I called about like how is she getting away with driving around and not getting harassed by the police.
Yeah.
The other night.
Ooh,
The other night, she got pulled over in her
Can I show
front
the?
yard.
Can I show the?
She didn't even make it.
Camera.
How did she do
Yeah,
that?
why the fuck not? I
I
don't
can just
care.
show it. It's fine. Can you see that there, Johnny?
Yeah, show it.
It's just a totaled car. That a Nissan. Is that a Nissan? Looks like an Altima.
Yeah, it's an Altima.
Yeah.
Well, no. So, like I said, man, she was going to leave the other night, and she didn't even make it out of the yard. The police were right behind her, had her pulled over. I don't know exactly what happened, but I mean, she can't even drive it around anymore. It's fucked.
So wait, she pulled out and she got arrested for the car situation or for something unrelated?
No, I don't know exactly what it was, but I mean,
Oh,
she
Dylan's
was
angry that he got hung up on, and now he's doing the hanging up. All right. Dylan doesn't like that he got hung up on, so now he's hanging up on people.
Yo, why you got to do that to your boys?
Oh.
Yeah, you feel me?
Okay, this guy sounds like a wigger, but he's Hispanic.
Okay.
Pablo!
Hello.
Hey, what's
How's
up?
it going, Danny?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great, excited, happy. My boy Donny T won me some money. And
Nice.
It couldn't be better.
You bet on him?
I put a G board down on my boy Donny T.
Nice.
Got another G. I'm a grand up. The first president that's ever gotten me money. I couldn't be happier.
Congrats.
I'd say it's a pretty successful start.
Yeah. So you sounds like you're pumped, and you're
This country's dog shit. Just complete fucking. I mean, I'm happy that you won money. Obviously, it's like that's the best that one of these people are gonna do for you.
So Pablo,
maybe you win $200.
Pablo, you are a Hispanic. You are a Hispanic man from California.
Yes.
Do you have any? Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Do you have any undocumented members of your family?
Oh yeah, plenty.
Are you undocumented?
No, he's not.
Listen,
people are realize what
No,
I don't know.
I was born here,
the
but I
guy's
was
got
born
free
here, but
will.
I have plenty of undocumented. I have plenty of undocumented family members. What do you want to know?
Now,
I won't tell you their names.
Yeah, we don't need their names or anything. But have you spoken with any of them? How are they feeling about this? Because that's the one thing. The news, everybody's talking about this, like undocumented people. But we haven't heard from any of them because obviously they don't want to be public about any of this stuff. Have you spoken with any of them?
Okay, so I'll tell you. Yeah, I'll tell you about the most important one. So I have he's not my uncle. He's my dad's cousin.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck it's called. Either way, but they're the same age. He's been deported 3 times already, and he just keeps coming over. And that's all he said. He said, "Yeah, if they deport me, I'll just come back."
And he sneaks in like with a coyote?
Yeah.
But what if
Yeah,
Trump?
funny.
What if Trump seals up the border, like really seals it up and makes
They
it hard?
don't seal up the border.
Yeah, they need
They
to-
don't seal up the border perfectly.
Right. So they'll always be like holes where they can get back in.
Yeah,
So-
don't they drop them into the canal in Tijuana? That's what I,
I think
heard.
the
when
uncle's
I
on
lived
level
down there.
5, by the way.
He's
ahead of
there's
it.
plenty of different ways. So there's plenty of different ways to get through the border. The easiest way is to just go across the border in front of border security. We've done it before without our passports. If they don't ask you for your passport, you just go through.
Wait, they don't ask you for your. You can just walk by border guards, and they'll be like, just depending on if they.
No. You go in your car. You wait the line in the line the whole way, and they ask you a couple questions. Sometimes they ask you for your passport. Sometimes they don't.
That's into Mexico, right?
No,
that's into America.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like 4 hours in line to get back from Tijuana into America.
And sometimes they don't ask you for your passport. Sometimes they just go. They ask you a couple of questions. Do you have any illegal fruits, vegetables, plants? And,
Do they ask you if you're an
whatever.
American citizen? Because that's crazy.
Yeah.
If you drive into the United States from
Hold on,
Canada,
Blake's taking off.
yeah, if you drive into the United States from Canada, they ask you for your passport every single time. I've
Yeah,
never
Canada's
not.
pretty strict. I remember when I first went to Mexico and I was in line for a while to get in there, and there was like 2 girls. I finally got to the actual gate that where
Yeah.
they check your identity and everything, and there's like 2 16-year-old girls are like on their phones as the border patrol in
Right,
Mexico.
'cause what do they care?
And I'm waiting for them to kind of guide me, and they're just looking at me like, "Are you gonna go?" And
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
"Oh, I'm sorry that you."
Oh my
wanna
God, stupid,
check-"
go, stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
God,
Yeah, it was
Jesus,
incredible.
come to our country.
So basically, people who are undocumented, they're not stressed about this at all. Do you now? Here's another thing.
No.
Have you ever heard of an undocumented person voting illegally? Because this is a big
Yes.
discussion too. Really?
Yes.
They actually go out of their way to illegally
Don't get
vote.
mad. They.
Well,
They're
I
not
was
going out of their way. They just voted.
but they're
The illegal immigrants here, like the ones you're thinking of, are the ones that like are living in Section 8 housing and don't really have like a name or anything. The ones I'm talking about have fake names, fake social security numbers, fake everything.
Dude, yeah, my mom's office is all like the people in the warehouse all were like undocumented people. They just got fake social security cards and shit like that.
Yeah,
the
but
whole entire thing.
I always
that's how they get paychecks.
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
fake social security cards.
See, I always assumed that they were like doing this stuff, but they're not going to go to the extent of voting.
I mean,
No, the uncle that I'm talking about, he's lived here since before I was born.
Okay,
Like
so
he's been here for over 30 years.
Yeah.
He got deported 3 times and he just came back every single time.
What was the most recent deportation? And how does he keep getting caught to get deported? He has a criminal issue?
No, he doesn't have a criminal issue. It's just that every once in a while No, he's not raping it. Like
No,
that.
I'm just kidding.
He's one of those he keeps getting audited by the IRS because he starts businesses. He's a high functioning illegal immigrant. He comes over, he starts businesses, he makes a lot of money, and then he doesn't do paperwork properly because he's an illegal immigrant. And the IRS
talk to
comes
my
on it and they go,
stepson?
hey, this shit doesn't.
So he gets audited, and then through the course of an audit, they go, "You're here illegally," and then they involve.
He's
got to
stop doing the thing that you do.
But it sounds
when you
like
have
he's
a
just like
citizenship.
it's a minor inconvenience.
ICE just knows him as like Tommy. Like,
It's
Tommy,
exactly
come
that.
on,
They know him by name.
let's go.
It sounds like a board game, where you just got to go back 2 spaces.
Yeah.
Like the penalty, he just goes, "All right."
Essentially, yes.
Yeah, and just goes back 2 spaces.
Essentially
and-
that. He lost. It's exactly that. He lost the houses. He lost the last 3 houses, and then he just comes back. He starts in their business. He buys a new one.
That's his problem.
See, that's
starting
like
a
the
business.
The credit system here is so easily to rig. As long as you have a business, you can start buying anything you want under a business credit.
Right.
Wow.
But that's how he's getting caught, though, because he's got to fill out a lot of paperwork.
Yeah, but he doesn't care.
So
he should
so
get
the
better
reason,
at
so the
paperwork.
reason one,
though.
So the recent one was his kids are all adults now, and they're all legal citizens. So he just said, yeah, if they just deport me, I'll just come back and I just won't start a business this time. He's
Can't
like,
they-
I'll just live with my kids, and
Can't
they're
they
not
just
going to
claim
kick him out of
him,
his
though?
house.
Can't they claim it?
Takes like 10 years.
The kids claim him as a dependent.
Takes like 10 years. I can't imagine
No.
having 3 deportations on your
You
history.
also, I'm pretty sure I don't know the exacts of it, but I'm pretty sure you can't be claimed if you've already been deported.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because especially if you keep coming back after, like if you have been deported 3 times, they're not like, hey, here's a path to citizenship.
He's like the Wolf of Wall Street. He's like,
Either way, it's that. He
As long
said,
as, like,
he said,
Wile E.
yeah, they
Coyote.
deport me, I'm just gonna come. He said he's just gonna come back and he's just gonna live with his kids under he's not even gonna have a name anymore.
Yeah.
He's just like.
This
How-
is
he's done with his
fascinating, to be
business.
honest.
How long is the deportation? Like when he's sent back, does he take a couple weeks off in Mexico and chill, or he
Does
goes
he
right
take
away?
a couple? He starts like I think the last time it was 9 months. The second time he got deported, I think that was about a year. But the first time he got deported, allegedly, my dad said that it only took him like 4 months to get back.
And what's the 4 months?
And
Just
that's
arranging.
with his family.
That's with his family.
Yeah, just arranging transportation back in. Yeah, that's with his family. Him and his wife get deported. The kids stay. The kids stay with their grandparents, who are the grandparents are quote unquote legal.
So they're not
And
legal.
then it just takes them the amount of time.
What do you mean,
Yeah,
quote
of course
unquote?
not legal.
Yeah.
Quote unquote, yeah, because they're quote unquote legal. They're legal on paper because they got their paperwork back in like the early 50s, and that paperwork's not all, it's not 100%.
Gotcha. What's your rough estimate of people in the United States who you think would be like? Because they always talk about how many numbers of illegals there are in this country. Do you have any
I
thoughts?
got no fucking idea. I got no idea. If I was to guess, just in like from Sacramento down to the bottom of California, I'd guess there'd be at least 15 million illegal immigrants here.
That's what they say the high end of all of America is, by the way.
No, that was the amount let in by the Biden administration.
Oh, I thought.
So that's the amount that I'm estimating from Sacramento, because I have family that lives in Sacramento also, and they all tell me about the illegal immigrants that go all the way up there. I went on a job once with this uncle that's an illegal immigrant all the way up to Washington. The illegal immigrants have gone all the way up into Canada. They're everywhere, and they're just undocumented.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I saw this guy he's like this like independent reporter in New York City, and he said that they're already, because Trump got elected, all these illegals they're like sneaking into Canada right now to just avoid possible deportation.
So those are Mexican immigrants. Those are all the ones further south of Mexico.
Yeah, these were all Venezuelans.
Those are all the
these were all Venezuelans.
Yeah,
he said.
exactly. The Mexicans, the system's already there. That you cannot get rid of us at this point. We are too ingrained into the system.
Interesting. This is because you said 15 million.
Mexicans
Wait, you
a
said
hu-
15 million in California alone? That's like half the population.
Well, most of California. I mean, I live in San Diego.
They
I think it was
don't-
mostly
they don't count.
Hispanic.
Yeah.
Like
They don't
actually, like
count. So-
60%.
So the big thing is that the illegals that just show up, they do the same thing that the Indians do. They'll just bunk up in a 1-bedroom apartment 9 deep.
Yeah.
And they'll live there for a while until they can afford their own apartment.
Yeah. That's a common thing in Canada too.
The people at my mom's old warehouse, they just work here for like 20 years, save a ton of money, and then just go back to Mexico and just buy a house and open up a fucking like bodega in their town and then live like kings.
So that's what they used to do. So ever since the ever since the cartel starting to get like the cartel war started to get bloodier and bloodier in Mexico, they started settling down more. So that's what my grandparents did. And if they came over to America when they were young, they saved up as much money as they could, and then they just went back to Mexico, bought another farm, and lived out and are now living the rest of their lives there.
Interesting.
You know what's crazy is it could take what do they say, up to 10 years to become a citizen, to do it the right way.
Yeah.
So why don't we just try to make that shorter?
I
feel like
it sounds like Trump does want to do that.
I bet you there's a lot of good people that just, for whatever reason.
Dude, America literally has the opportunity to take literally the best people from every country.
Yeah, but we
in the
just
world.
don't do it.
Yeah.
We're just
for whatever reason,
dumb.
like America could have the best of every country would move here in a fucking blink of an eye. And they just
you don't want to grow the population too quick, because what happens, of course, is that they lower the if you take too many of the best, they lower the wages of high income earners, and those are the people that donate the most amount of money. So they don't want to bring those in.
Right.
They
And
would prefer
infrastructure
low income earners. Yeah.
Yeah, and the infrastructure.
Yeah, so,
but
if
so
they
you're
bring in too
basically
many of the
saying,
best, it just
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay.
I was just going to say exactly that. I was just going to say exactly that. That if they're bringing too many into the college graduates, the high income earners suddenly lose. The floor falls out from under them,
right?
And they get upset. They stop donating. If you bring in a lot of the low income earners, nobody really gives a shit, because they're not donating anyways. They're just sending all the money back to Mexico.
Good point. That is a good point. So, but you're just basically saying nobody in your circle gives two shits about this Trump getting elected. Did any of them vote for him?
A couple of them.
There are illegal aliens illegally voting, and they voted for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing I've ever fucking.
Well, I did have some day laborers on my podcast
They don't like
the other day,
Venezuelans either.
and the guy was like, "Hey, Trump, economy better."
Yeah. So they just don't give a shit. Like this is like, to them, this is an imaginary line. The border is
probably
porous
more.
enough.
There's probably more day laborers at their job just hanging out with in the Biden administration. With Trump, there's like 4.
Yeah.
More jobs there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have this.
They give a cabinet position.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, it's the same thing that anybody comes for. There's more money here in America than there is down in Mexico. Yeah, they can own their own farm. They can grow their own wheat. They can have their own little house and everything. But there's way more opportunity here in America. So that's why everybody wants to come.
You can come here and get rich.
I don't blame them.
I mean, it sounds like your uncle.
My uncle did it. He did it 3 times over.
And he'll do it again.
Yeah, all you got to do is say "hawk to it," and you're #1 podcast in the world. It's pretty easy.
Dude, well, that's
also, it's like everyone cares about our politics too.
Yeah.
You realize that? Like the world's like, you have to pick the right president. It's like,
it's the biggest economy in the world.
It's fuck off. We'll decide who we want. I get pissed off if they tell us what to do.
Well, and if it does affect other people, like other like Trump won, and I'm sure everybody in Ukraine is just like, well, we're fucked.
Yeah.
It does affect a lot of other people for who the president is.
Who
But that
gives a
is
shit about those potato monkeys?
You mean Irish people? You fuck.
No,
those
I think they'd be more like wheat
potatoes too.
No, I think they'd be like wheat.
No,
monkeys.
Irish are potato monkeys.
No, Irish would. I think it would be wheat monkeys in the Ukraine.
Yeah, they're all the same. Who gives a shit?
Fair enough. I like some nice racism coming from racialized
the
people.
other side. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you call white people?
White.
That's it. You don't call us anything else.
Gringos.
Gringos. Blanquitos.
I mean, that's just white in Spanish. I mean, take your pick. Every different community has a different name for them.
What do you dislike about white people?
Nothing much. I don't dislike anything about anybody. I just like talking shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pablo's a good dude. He just can't get laid though. I can't believe you can't get laid, man.
I'm working 12/6s, man. What the fuck do you want from me?
I think you spew some of the stuff you said to us to some women.
Yeah,
like
dude.
it.
You find like a chick with a MAGA hat, and you start telling her this shit, dude. You're gonna have the fucking pussy flowing.
Yeah, be wet as fuck. Yeah, you should, maybe you.
My boyfriend is Spanish, actually, and he loves Trump.
Why don't you get your MAGA girlfriend to deport your uncle? Help him out. Do 2 in one thing.
Go fuck my grandmother.
Yeah.
Oh, good. By the way, I got to get back to work.
All right.
Great talking to you guys.
Thanks, Pablo.
Have a good one.
Pablo, everybody. Man,
he's got to get back to the
dude.
fields.
We like. No, he's an airplane mechanic.
That was what he said.
Yeah, Boeing.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's not great.
Nice. That works at some airport.
Spirit.
Learned a lot tonight. Liver regrows, illegal aliens voting
You should go
illegally.
take-
for
Hey, everybody's
Trump.
got someone to teach you. It's something to teach you.
I know.
He should get a MAGA girlfriend.
No,
what-
no,
what
there's
do
a few
liberals-
retards on this podcast who
Sure,
have
yeah,
zero
yeah,
to
yeah.
teach me.
Okay.
The guy should get a MAGA
Yo,
girl.
D, the world be flat and
Yeah.
shit, yo.
The Annunaki, yo.
Yo. Hello. You're on the Bathhouse.
Because you can't be seeing the horizon when you want to actually... All right.
We got to get you a do-rag. Hello.
Hello.
What's happening? Who are we speaking with?
I have a. This is Patrick.
What's up, Patrick?
I have a question for Mr. Toonz.
Oh boy.
Go ahead.
All right. What is the craziest video you have seen?
Dude, I don't know if I saw a guy, somebody sent me a video of a guy in the woods shitting in his hand, clapping it like a seal. And that's it. I just walked into the woods for 2 days.
Yeah.
After that.
That's
Yeah.
it. You must get.
There's stuff that I can't. I mean, I was on Danny and Ryan's show last time, and I was getting these videos of these dominatrix, like this woman dressed in a leather outfit with a rooster thing on her head, and she'd wake up in the morning and climb onto her roof and spin around and do cock-a-doodle-doo and wake up the neighborhood. I mean, that's what's going on out there.
You know what? I see some crazy shit, and I was just thinking, I'm like, I almost attribute now the crazy things I see. I'm like, I don't even know if you posted it, but someone posted it. Yeah, I think in the last few days on Twitter, and there was like some weird sex thing, and there was this guy swimming. Did you post that?
I don't know.
There's a guy
but-
swimming,
Yeah.
with like some like leather kind of like thong thing on, but his dick and balls are out,
Ugh.
and this chick has a rope tied around the dude's balls, and then he swims out, and then she pulls him back, and he swims out again.
I haven't seen that. I did see the guy.
I just assume you posted it.
Yeah, somebody probably sent it to me. It's probably sitting in my inbox
Yeah.
right now for sure. Everybody sends me all the awful
Oh, man.
shit from the internet. I did see somebody with a group of people around them and naked, of course, and with his legs flipped behind his back with a leash tied to his neck and a candle sticking out of his ass. And they're all just cheering as if they watched Mozart perform, so yeah.
What's the video called? What It's Like to Be Married to a Woman Named Deborah?
Yeah.
I don't think she's watching. Like.
No, I don't think so.
Do you guys ever wonder why the asteroid keeps missing us?
Oh man,
I just.
Oh man, you're like, I mean, dude, if they ever on Earth, like they do hit the asteroid and they find your YouTube page somehow preserved.
I don't know. I don't think the asteroid wants to even
They're gonna
end
have
up here.
Yeah,
to be honest with
they're gonna
you.
have a dark kind of idea.
On my birthday, April 13, 2030.
Is when the asteroid.
Is when they say the next asteroid might be coming close to Earth.
All right.
So
I'm telling you, there's like amoebas up there,
Yeah.
looking, and they see where we're headed, and they look at each other, and they just kind of
they're just
shift
like-
their weight over. That's why it keeps dodging us.
Yeah.
You know
they're
what I
just
mean? They don't want to end up here.
Yeah, we don't need that. Oh, all right. Anything else there, caller?
That was it.
All right. Thank you, man. Hello. You're on the Bathhouse.
Hello, Danny.
I'll allow it.
What's up? This is, well, let me just start by saying we have some interest in the AI projects you've been working.
See, I like the bit, but I can't understand what he's saying. Hello.
Oh, Danny. Oh, shit.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, dude. Hi, this is Todd from California.
Todd
How's
from
it going?
California. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. I just tuned in maybe 15 minutes ago and caught the end of Pablo's little talk.
Yeah, and what as a Californian, how do you feel about that? You don't sound like an illegal.
Yeah, dude, fucking next door and shit, man. I have 2 generations of anchor babies going on.
Okay.
It is very annoying. They do not want to
The loud
assimilate.
music and whatnot at all times.
Buddy, you would be surprised, and I cannot even describe it and shit like that. Twice a month, there's quinceañeras next door and stuff. They fucking litter my fucking front fucking yard. They throw parties until 11 o'clock at night and shit like that. It gets pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
and then you deport them, and they just come back and start a business.
Yeah, you literally deport them in just 2 days. It's like trying to get rid of a cat. You know, you just like drop it off in like the middle of a farm and just comes back.
You can't deport them because they have anchor babies and stuff, and the government.
Well, sounds like old Thomas Homan, new border czar, is just like, yeah, we'll just send them back together.
Fuck, man.
So you voted.
Mexicans. I like Mexico.
Yeah, I love Mexico.
Who'd you vote for out in California?
Man, my vote doesn't count in California because I'm either libertarian or Republican. So it doesn't matter.
County by county, I guess. County by county, I guess it's something. But yeah. But you're saying overall,
Why'd you become like friendly with them? They have great food.
Yeah.
Maybe late at night, you're working. Come over, get some rice and beans.
Just trying to have some goddamn peace and quiet.
Fucking it. No. Dude, I try. Only 2 people speak English in the house of 14 people.
Slav's fucking boiling, or blood's boiling right now.
Well, let's hop on that.
So why don't you learn Spanish?
Dude, I know a little Spanish, but like fucking, it's conversational Spanish. It's,
right.
¿Cómo estás? Es muy bueno. ¿Dónde estás? Buski. You know, like fucking shit like that.
Let's get some Rosetta Stone in there. Let's get Rosetta Stone going.
I mean, I will say though, it's like they were kind of here first. Like California was theirs.
Yeah,
you guys kind of just took it from them. We don't learn about that. I had to go learn about that on my own. They don't teach us that in Canada. I teach you.
Yeah, they were like already Mexicans there.
That was Mexico.
But Mexicans have iPhones without fucking California though.
Okay, fair enough.
You think we have?
But you wouldn't have fucking taco trucks without Mexico. So. You know,
I don't eat tacos. I eat steak and fucking potatoes.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So we're on with the inventor of the iPhone.
Are very good.
Steve Jobs, everybody.
Steve Jobs, everyone.
Yeah. But dude, I'm living like a little American dream. I have a nice little house. I have a 4-bedroom house and stuff. I have a nice job. I'm very happy.
Very nice. Do you have any friends who are illegal aliens?
No. I had a buddy and stuff. We threw a fucking green card party for him.
Nice when he got it.
I think they deported him.
Yeah,
you can't deport him.
No. This is like 10 years ago and shit like that. But like he went through the classes. He learned fucking the presidents. He learned how to speak English fluently and stuff like that.
Good for him.
He wanted to assimilate. Like let me channel Slav for a second. These fucking beaners don't want to assimilate my goddamn country. They just want to go and make their own little holes and make their own little colonies, and they don't want to pay fucking taxes, and they should go back to their goddamn countries.
They're in their goddamn country. They're not going anywhere. Sounds like from Pablo, because obviously this has been such a big topic the last like week or so. Oh. Sounds like they're not going anywhere. You can't seal up the whole border.
Well, we need the cheap labor.
Right. But again, it's like Pablo's uncle. He's not cheap labor. He's like going and starting just legitimate businesses.
Yeah,
and it seems like this country's...
with the cheap labor thing and stuff. Like I kind of view it because like I have a big family and like they're all like mostly younger than me. But like finding a job for them is going to be difficult if we have 15 million illegals in California and stuff like that. Like,
but they're already there. And the job market in America is fairly strong. Like the unemployment rate's not even that high. I think it's like 4% or something.
But it's entry level positions is what I mostly focus on and stuff like that. Like I know the job market's here and stuff like that, but entry level and stuff.
What did the day laborers? Mike Recine had day laborers, 3 day laborers on your podcast for how long?
Like an hour.
And they charged you $600?
Well, my producer was like an hour late.
But so it was $100 an hour each?
I said, yeah, they...
you got taken.
Well, kind of, but that is sort of like
that's
the
not
culture.
Cheap
and
labor.
I needed them that day. Yeah, I said, "You want to come and do the show?" And I said, "I need 2 guys." They said, "How about 3? We'll do 3 for $400." And I said, "All right."
But you have them for the whole day?
I had them for like an hour.
That's it.
And then my producer was like an hour late, so they had to wait around.
But what kind of money? Like, what is their hourly rate? That doesn't. I thought the whole point was.
I know, of course, I got ripped off. But I needed I needed them that day, and it was.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, the whole idea is these day laborers are cheap labor.
They're not. The guys that hang out at U-Haul, I think it's like the culture. You know, they'll try to get more money out of you.
But like, it seems like it should be $10 an hour.
Hey, brother.
Yeah.
Danny, let me interject a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
My dad owned a contracting company for a lot of years, and like $10 an hour is like disrespectful and stuff like that. Like we used to go and like hire these dudes do do like our manual labor for construction sites or like the heavy lifting for like moving jobs. And we would at least give them $15 an hour.
Yeah.
And that was like 10 years ago.
That was 10 years ago.
Like, you know what I mean?
I want to say something.
15 years ago, you could 15
But they're not
bucks
paying
like that.
taxes.
But
Like, I mean, the minimum wages. I know they're not doing minimum wage unskilled jobs. Although podcasting, pretty unskilled labor.
These three podcasters, these 3 day laborers made more than 90% of every podcaster in the country.
Yes.
This is job.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
they were talent though.
Like, yeah. Like they literally earned more than 95% of all podcasters in New York City.
They're actually starting a podcast next week.
Yeah, they're just like,
Oh, good luck, guys.
Yeah.
Good luck without me. You guys are nothing without me.
Dude, imagine they just start like a poppin'
You're
podcast.
nothing without me. I set you up in this business.
We had on Mike Recine.
Yeah.
Very easy.
Yeah, they're using
He
you to
paid
get
us
other
money.
guests.
Yeah.
All right, so.
But like a point I want to say to Danny is, man, a lot of these people like they want to come here and work and stuff. Like I respect that. I have no problem if someone wants to feed their family and stuff. But
Yeah.
it's about going about it. It's taxes, dude. If my roads suck where I live and stuff like that, and like if they're not fucking paying taxes to drive down the goddamn road, and I have to hit fucking.
It sounds like from what Pablo says, though, they are paying taxes. That's why his uncle keeps getting fucking deported because he's just not filing them properly.
Guy, I mean, like, so that's the other side of the coin too. Like, hey Pablo, if you're listening, man, hey dude, keep working and shit, man. You're gonna get some pussy pretty soon. Just relax and keep calm.
There we go,
buddy Pablo.
Stop talking about Dragon Ball Z's
and wearing the merch all the time. That's not helping.
I didn't know he was doing that, but yeah, dude, don't do that.
No, Pablo's gonna crush one day.
But Danny, I worked like in a warehouse for a while where I was like a production guy and shit like that, and like 3 times a year, like the IRS would come in or ICE or I don't know what exactly it was, but we had to hide this guy. Like the boss would come down and be like, "We gotta hide this guy." We put him in the back of a shipping container and stack boxes around him, and then they'd have to inspect the whole property. The fucking ICE would go and try to find this fucking dude.
They're just
because
like,
he was using this guy's social security.
Yeah,
they're too valuable. The MVPs.
Yeah,
fucking,
I mean,
we can't lose them.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right here, best fucking guy I've ever worked with. Really hard working and shit. Dude, he was missing half of 2 fingers, and they semi grew back. It was a crazy fucking story, guy.
Wow.
The boss would come by and he'd like, "They're here," and we kind of like winking a nod, and then we had to usher this guy in the back of a shipping container, throw boxes around him, close it up a little bit, and let him inspect the place, try to look for the guy. But like he was using some other dude's social security card, and like I guess he was paying taxes to that dude, and that dude was getting the back end. But like he wasn't, you know what I mean? Though, like it was like one of those things where we had kind of like be hush hush about it and shit.
Yeah,
it happens more times than a lot. Like, dude, I work construction sites. Like, I've been the only white guy on certain construction sites building sky-rise buildings in Los Angeles. It was the funniest thing, Danny. I got you guys care or not, but like at like lunchtime. At lunchtime, everyone would kind of like make little groups, and we'd send our little friends out, and then at like 12:30, you just hear everyone's drinking beers.
Sure. Well, that seems just normal construction site stuff. I guess you're probably not supposed to be, but
No, 5 o'clock at the warehouse. They used to drink beers every day. It's the best. Yeah.
Yeah,
When you go have
dude.
beers with them.
Oh,
they're
yeah,
fun.
yeah, you have a tough job.
I have Mexicans across the street from me that for some reason they're like a bunch of mopeds. I think one guy owns like a bunch of mopeds and they just lease them out during the day.
Yeah.
So whenever they come back, they just all crack beers at like 6 o'clock. And I walk my dog past and they go, "What's the cerveza?" And I'm like, "I'm good, thank you."
Oh, they're nice. They're
they're good guys. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Maybe I
Thanks,
shouldn't.
man.
Maybe I
Like,
shouldn't.
that's
Now you're
fucking
making me
one of these
regret
fucking
voting
things.
illegally for Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to vote in the first place. No, I probably shouldn't have voted.
But Danny, you're probably not the first. Probably not the only one. If we
No,
got to be honest.
doesn't sound like it. Doesn't sound like it. All right, I gotta let you go. Later, man.
All right, Danny. Hey guys, thanks for answering. Have a good night. Bye.
No problem.
How much time you want to do?
We're gonna do like 10 more minutes. Cool. Yeah. There was someone who called literally this guy right here. A fucking million calls in a row. Hello. You made it through. Who are we speaking with?
Hello.
This is a prank caller. I'm gonna snap.
He's getting it. Yo, Danny, your baby had be having a heartbeat at 8 weeks, bro.
You feel me?
Hey,
you
what's
feel
up?
me, son?
Holy shit.
You're on. What's up? Who are we speaking with?
Okay. I didn't know if I was on or if my shit was fucking up.
No,
Sorry about that.
you're live on the air, aka YouTube. What's up?
Hell yeah. Shout out to all the racist live chat and all those other non-racist live chat viewers.
Sure,
But
that's everyone.
I have two things that I want to address, and I'm going to do it very quickly. I'm not going to drone on and on about this bullshit like the last other couple callers.
Yep.
That's fine. You know, I love them. But Chris Scopo, I love you, and I really want to see you on the regs.
On the oh, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
On the rag?
The Rags, the podcast.
The regs, the fucking, like, probably top 3 podcasts.
I got it.
Right now.
I got it.
Do they have guests?
I would love that.
Probably, but they're not going to ask me. So.
Things that I want. Anyways, my main question is for Recine.
Okay.
I really need to ask because I can't get any clarification without using legal terms.
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on with Out for Smokes? Like, those guys just left because of Israel-Palestine? Like, what the fuck happened?
It wasn't
Did
because
AIPAC
of
get to
Israel,
them?
Palestine.
Did AIPAC give your
That's
co-host
what
a bunch
I'm
of money?
kind of doing an investigation. That's
The
they're
Israeli
under
government's giving
investigation. Yeah. No. You know, I don't know. We, me and one of the guys sort of had a little disagreement, and then he quit, and then the other guy had a tough time with that.
Man, that sucks. That sucks to me because, like, personally, Out for Smoke was like next to dad meat for me. So
I don't know what that means, but thank you.
Like,
yeah,
his,
no, I
his
appreciate
favorite,
it.
yeah,
Thanks
his
a lot.
favorite podcast.
Yeah, no, thank you.
I love it. I love it, and I love you. And I think that your special was incredible.
Thanks.
You know what I mean? And I don't like any of this bullshit that's going around about your politics or whatever. It's like, dude, he's funny. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my politics are kind of perfect, actually. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Thanks.
Yeah, and to finish off my call, that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And I'm going to unmute myself.
Well, I'm gonna keep doing the show. I'm gonna keep doing the show. So if you can spread the word, and if you know
any
share it on
cheaper day
Instagram story,
laborers,
if you know some cheaper day laborers that I can do the show, I cannot afford to pay these guys what they.
Why don't you come up here? He'll have you on as a co-host.
Yeah.
I got Jake Shields' phone number if you want me to connect you to.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was trying to introduce you to at
I chatted with you.
All that other bullshit doesn't matter to me. It's really about, you're funny and you're a great comedian.
Thanks,
and
buddy.
Any of that other bullshit is like, dude, just shut up. Just be funny.
I know.
Just make jokes. And that's all it's really about.
Yeah.
And, I'm going to hang up now because I'm going to gush too much about you. But I love you guys.
Well, hopefully
and I
the
hope
show.
you keep doing what you're.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, man.
He's got the right attitude, though. There's so many people just disowning others just for their political beliefs.
Yeah.
Like, it's like absurd. It's just nonstop, man.
Do you ever talk to
sometimes you just realize that you can't really work with people and that your friends
But you guys
knife you in the
I
back.
don't. What would you? What were you guys even disagreeing about?
I'll tell you after off the air.
I thought you guys were pretty on the on the same page about.
I thought we were too.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's like, did one of them like meet a nice Orthodox girl?
You would think, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, not like.
Yeah.
My problem was Mike was ripping down signs of Israeli missing.
Yeah.
And then
I was ripping down hostage posters.
Yeah.
I got mad when they wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Help
Come
me
on,
rip
it's a
them
fun
down.
podcast thing we're doing. You know?
Yeah.
Are we filming
We're
this?
doing it
Good
for the
now.
gram. Come on.
All right, let's take the last call of the night. Pew. Hello. Last call of the night. You're on the Bathhouse.
Hello.
Hey.
Another question for Joey B Toonz.
Yo.
Go ahead.
All right. What is the craziest video that someone has sent of themselves or of a family member?
Well, that's a good question. Do people
Or
send
a
you
friend.
like not viral shit? Crazy?
Oh, like a personal video?
Like, is someone like, hey, like this is somebody I know?
A lot of strippers, a lot of nudity in my inbox. I'll tell you that.
It's not a bad thing.
No,
but you got
a lot of bad Botox.
But
like
no,
a lot
I
of
get
bad
you'd be
plastic
surprised.
surgery.
I get a lot of really, really nice emails and stuff, and that's why I started doing like the fan mail stuff with like the actual address, because I just something about like the internet where it's like people write these long drawn out things and stuff, and people say some really sweet stuff, and it's like it just gets lost in the ether, and it's just nice to open up an
Like a
actual
physical-
letter. Yeah, with like people send me stuff of like their life, like of where they live and stuff, coins from their country and stuff like.
Oh, that's
like
cool.
That. Yeah, like really cool stuff. Like a lot of family.
You don't realize how much you mean to people.
Yeah, but I think back in the day, it used to be like if you had a show, like that would be the only way to get in touch with people.
Right. Yeah,
is
yeah.
to like write a letter or call a person. Now it's just like online and stuff, and it's like, how personal can you really be with that?
That's true.
You know what I
and like
mean?
if you put the effort into like
Yeah.
you're like you feel way worse about not reading a letter when someone like went through the whole hassle of sending you a physical
But the fact
thing.
that they took the time out to write that means there's going to be some substance to it.
Yeah.
To take that time out to do that. That's why I feel like today's age with just like the DMing and all that, it's just like in passing, it's lazy and
There's not a lot of hate mail when you have to write it down.
Exactly.
You get hate mail, physical?
I
Physical
never
hate?
get any
No,
hate
none.
mail, and I get
Yeah,
very
because
little.
it's easy. It's easy to write hate mail on the internet.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. If they want to call you a fag, it's online.
Yeah, that's where those go in my inbox. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta really think about the hate mail like Hank Aaron got when he was breaking the home run record.
Yeah.
I mean, those people
Yeah.
took the time to write out how much they
all
hated
those
him.
Red Sox fans.
I know.
I mean, I get people like send me stuff. Like some lady sent me a clock she made out of wood. I mean,
Really?
like stuff like that, like handcrafting stuff. I mean, you'd be surprised when you open the door where you kind of reject like the social media stuff.
Mhm.
Like people are really craving that kind of like connection.
Did you ever get something that was just a piece of shit, but you had to be like, "This is nice"?
Yeah, I usually don't talk about those, you know what I mean? But I tell them thank you.
Nice and cordial.
You're like, "Oh, this fucking person did this."
Yeah, we had Gilly. Gilly sent us a button to replace this thing, but we never got it to work. But
Yeah.
I saw a missed call from Gilly. I would have liked to talk to him, but
Yeah, I hope that answered your question.
yeah. Anything else?
I think I put him to sleep, I think.
Yeah. All right, I don't know if he's there. All right, that's been the show. Where can people find all of you?
You can listen to my podcast, Out for Smokes, and I have a special on YouTube called I'm Normal.
Very funny special. Highly recommend checking it out.
Joey B Toonz on YouTube.
Mhm.
Joey B versus the World, the podcast. Got a Patreon. All that good stuff.
All that stuff, yeah.
Just at Chris Scopo on Instagram. Everything else.
And this has been the Bathhouse. If you want to support the Bathhouse, you can do so. Patreon.com/low-value-mail, MAIL. Shout out to our lovely producer, Johnny Glover, the Southern Lover. Could not do this without him. That has been the show. We will see you all next week. So tune in for that. Thank you very much to everybody who called in. Thank you to The Stand. Thank you to you all. Have a lovely night. Play us out, Chad.
You know it, all my shit heroic. Empathic abilities, yeah, my face be also stoic. Bleep, blow up, nigga, that just means I'm working. They see me as a leader, so that's why I'm Captain Kirkin. These tracks from the stars, that much is for certain. You can feel this hit if you up or if you hurtin'. I'm raising my stock, not talking my feet in some Birkin. Number Johnny 5, got a fucking short circuit. Bring the track to life when I spit phenomenal. When I hit, she feel that shit in her abdominals. These rappers make me laugh like comic view, they comic through. You know I got a ball out, I hit the track running just like Sonic do. They don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah, they was trying to get me on my hype shit. Yeah, they don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah, and they tried to down me up some KO type shit. Yeah, they don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah, now we pulling up fresh on some flight shit. Ha. They don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah, they don't wanna turn on my light switch. They don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah, they was trying to get me on my hype shit. Yeah, they don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah, and they tried to down me up some KO type shit. Yeah, they don't wanna turn on my light switch.